Do you feel like you have spent most of your life living for others? Now that your life is finally stable, your heart always feels empty, and even sighing feels exhausting. If this sounds like you, please do not scroll away. This is absolutely not because you are getting old or falling ill. Rather, your body is forcing you to give the rest of your life back to yourself. This exhaustion cannot be solved by taking a few more supplements or taking a walk in the park, because it is not physical fatigue at all. This is a low-frequency but extremely draining internal friction. Do you often feel like you are playing the role of an emotionally stable and extremely reliable elder? In the eyes of outsiders, and even your children, you look perfectly normal and can swallow any grievance. But only you know that your interior has quietly lost power. You try to keep yourself busy by helping to look after the younger generation or managing household chores, but that powerlessness seeping from your bones still drowns you punctually every day like a tide. It is like a machine that has been running for decades. You look at the exterior and it is still clean, but the core components inside have worn to their limits in places you cannot see. You have spent most of your life mobilizing immense life energy to keep a family running and to cater to worldly expectations. You may have raised children, managed a household, and even swallowed countless bitter pills for the sake of making a living. But beneath these glamorous appearances, your soul is experiencing a long blackout. Traditional concepts always teach us to be selflessly dedicated and to burn ourselves to illuminate others. But no one has ever told you that some exhaustion is not because you are not strong enough, but because your vitality is draining away. Psychology tells us that when a person ignores their true needs for a long time, their physiological functions will automatically cut off the energy supply. Your exhaustion is actually your subconscious mind staging a silent strike. It is using this most primitive method to force you to stop. It is telling you that the days of living for others have come to an end. What you are experiencing now is not pathological aging, but the prelude to a profound self-transformation. You feel you have lost interest in the hard work you were used to in the past. You feel that you no longer have the expected excitement for the future life of playing with your grandchildren. You even feel an extremely bizarre sense of loneliness during lively family gatherings. It is as if your body is laughing along with everyone, but your soul is floating in midair. Watching all this coldly, none of this is your fault. And it definitely does not mean you have become selfish. It is just because the old version of you that supported you to this day and was used to self-sacrifice has completely expired. Your subconscious is trying to install a brand new operating system that belongs to you, but before the new system goes online, that old system must first be shut down. This is the root cause of why you feel so tired and empty right now. In this gap of power outage, you will feel panic and even deep guilt. You will feel that if you do not do something for the family, you will become a useless person. You might frantically look for things to do, trying to fill this emptiness with toil. You might continue to consume yourself in meaningless trivialities. But all of this will only make you feel doubly exhausted in the dead of night, because you are trying to use past habits to solve the current problems of your soul. Your ego, which is the you that is used to giving and worrying, is very afraid of losing control. It fears that once you truly stop and are no longer needed, you will lose your value of existence. But your deep self does not care about these external devotions or the evaluations of others. Your deep self only cares whether you have truly lived a day for yourself in this life. When your habits and your soul violently clash, your body becomes the ultimate battlefield. This is why you not only feel mentally tired, but you also begin to experience various inexplicable physical symptoms. Perhaps it is frequent sleepless nights or stomach problems that never heal, or sudden chest tightness and shortness of breath. These are all gentle warnings from life to you. If you continue to ignore this soft call and continue to use willpower to squeeze yourself and worry about things you simply cannot change, then these whispers will eventually turn into a deafening roar. The subconscious never easily gives up its agenda. If you do not actively choose to let go, it will use a real crisis to force you to let go. When that time comes, you will have no choice but to lie in a hospital bed and passively accept everything. But you actually still have the chance to make an active choice now, because you are in the early stages of transition. The position you are in right now is an extremely precious turning point. Do not treat this exhaustion as your enemy. Treat it as a messenger rushing from afar. It has crossed the long river of time to come to you, just to deliver a crucially important message. This message is that the rest of your life is very precious, and you can no longer ruin yourself like this. The first thing you need to do is to immediately stop fighting this exhaustion. Do not feel guilty anymore, because you do not want to manage anything. Do not kidnap the rest of your life with the responsibilities of an elder anymore. Allow yourself to be a person whose battery is depleted, and who needs to shut down and hibernate at this stage. In the next few days, please try to observe the flow of your energy. Do not rush to explain anything to your children or make any major changes. You just need to think back every night before going to bed about which specific worry or compromise that day instantly drained your energy. Find these invisible vampires. Perhaps it is the family affairs of the younger generation that you always want to intervene in, but actually do not need your management at all. Perhaps it is the visiting of relatives that you do not want to deal with at all, but are afraid of offending people. Perhaps it is those grievances that you must swallow in order to maintain a facade of harmony. When you start to clearly see these energy leaks, the change has already quietly occurred. Do not try to plug all the leaks at once. Just try tomorrow to shrink the most insignificant one of these leaks a little bit. For example, make one less urging phone call and worry one less time about something that does not belong to you. For example, find an excuse to leave early at that gathering that makes you feel annoyed. For example, on a sunny afternoon, do no housework at all and just sit alone on the balcony in a daze. In these tiny changes that may even be seen by others as unreasonable, you are sending a remarkably powerful signal to your subconscious. You are telling it that I hear your call. I will no longer pretend that the big picture is everything. I am starting to feel sorry for myself. When your subconscious receives this signal, miracles will begin to happen. That bottomless sense of exhaustion will not disappear immediately, but its nature will change. It will no longer be a consumption that makes you despair, but will become a rest with a healing quality, just like an old tree in winter. Although it has shed all its leaves on the surface, its root system is quietly recuperating underground. Your life is the same. You are not withering, you are just preparing to welcome the true late autumn that belongs to you. So please cherish your current exhaustion. It is the most honest friend in your life. It strips away all your false strength, forcing you to directly face your softest self. In this world, there are too many people who live their whole lives for others. They run like wound-up machines until the moment they completely fall apart, only to realize they have never looked at the scenery along the road. And you, because of this painful exhaustion, have gained the opportunity to stop in advance. This is the favoritism of time towards you, although it is packaged as an uncomfortable gift. Do not rush to get rid of it, and do not feel that resting is a sin. Just stay quietly in this exhaustion for a while. Go and feel that sense of security that even if the sky falls, there are taller people holding it up, and it has nothing to do with you. Go and believe in that inner vitality that is older and wiser than your rationality. It is secretly arranging a more peaceful and comfortable remainder of life for you. And all you need to do is let go of your desire for control, and let go of your worries about everyone and everything. Entrust yourself to this process of delegating power that is taking place. From today on, regard your exhaustion as a sacred permission. When you feel tired, that is God telling you that you have worked hard for most of your life, and it is time to rest. Do not care about what others think, and do not care about those idle gossips. Every person whose life has reached this stage has the right to choose to close their external service window. Your current stagnation is so that you can enjoy even the aroma of a cup of clear tea with a more peaceful attitude in the future. In this soul blackout, you will gradually see clearly what you can truly take with you. Those obsessions, relationships, and face, saving things that you once thought you absolutely could not lose, actually seem not worth mentioning. Now, you will find that true compassion is not giving bottomlessly to others. True compassion is learning to let yourself off the hook first, and daring to smile and say, "I do not care anymore," when everyone is used to your giving. Please believe that this turning point in life has already concretely begun. It does not require you to announce anything with great fanfare. It only requires you to choose to be loyal to your own feelings in every tiny moment. When you start to do this, you will find that those family trivia that originally made you anxious will suddenly automatically find solutions. The earth that you thought could not turn without you actually turns perfectly fine. This is because when you reach a reconciliation with your inner truth, the whole world will breathe a sigh of relief. Your exhaustion will eventually be replaced by a brand new and extremely transparent vitality. But until that day comes, please treat this self that is experiencing the birth pangs of transformation gently. You have done well enough in this life. You no longer need to prove your value to anyone. Now is the time for you to take back all the love and all the attention to yourself. Take a deep breath, and then allow yourself to completely let down your guard. Because from the moment you saw this, the door to the second half of your life has already been opened for you. When you wake up again tomorrow, even if the exhaustion remains, you are no longer the you from yesterday. You have mastered the key to reading the scale of your life. You are no longer a victim ruthlessly driven by responsibility. You have become a bystander who can keenly perceive inner fluctuations. This kind of awareness is your most powerful moat in the years to come. Do not be afraid that your children will complain about you, because an elder who knows how to love themselves is the best role model for the younger generation. Every time you wrong yourself to cater to family expectations, your subconscious silently records it. This account will eventually demand its principal and interest from you in the form of a sorrowful face and entanglement in illness. Now is the time to stop this tragic drama of self-exploitation. The transformation is quietly completed in the daily routines of eating, drinking, and sleeping. It begins when you finally admit in your heart that you are truly tired and do not want to serve anymore. Admitting the truth itself is an extremely powerful release. When you say this to yourself in the mirror, you are actually untying your soul. You no longer force it to wear that heavy outer garment of always having to be right. You will find that when you take off your disguise, the sky does not fall. Children have their own fortunes, and they will have their own destinies. This is the greatest gift that the blackout period brings you, as it helps you cut those unnecessary bonds. In this process, you may experience relapses, and you may not be able to help but worry again. It is okay and very normal, because decades of habits are hard to change in a day. As long as you can pull your attention back to your breath and to the feelings of your body in this present moment, time and time again, every pullback is a recapture of your own energy. You must understand that no worldly perfection in this world is worth trading your exhausted life for. If you complete everyone else but alone lose the emotion for the first ray of morning sunlight, then such perfection is nothing but a tragedy. Your current exhaustion is preventing you from walking towards that tragedy. It is forcibly changing your course, leading you to a small path that is deserted but full of freedom. There may not be the liveliness of children running around your knees on this path, but it has your long-lost inner peace. You will regain that pure joy just because the weather is good today. Just like when you were young, even if you had nothing you could be happy for, half a day just looking at a cloud, that kind of joy requires no preconditions and no company from anyone, because it is your inherent right. Your subconscious is trying its best to help you get back this last and most important right. So please give it enough patience. Turn your life into a minimalist mode, keeping only the core 3 meals a day and sleep. Use all the rest of your energy to listen to your inner voice. It might tell you to learn an instrument you had no chance to learn when you were young, to plant a pot of flowers, or to play 2 games of chess with strangers in the park. Go and do those things that are utterly useless but can make your brows unfurl. It is precisely these seemingly useless things that are the only way to recharge your soul. When you feel the rhythm of your heartbeat again in small things that belong only to you, your entire life state will undergo an earth-shaking change. You are no longer that person who always sighs and always feels drained by life. You will become an elder who radiates a calm light from the inside. You will no longer be easily swayed by a word or a look from the younger generation, because you have found your own inner anchor. Those worries that once kept you awake at night will all dissipate into nothingness in your relieved smile. Bravely accept your current exhaustion. It is the preface to the truly free chapter of your life. You are walking on a path leading to inner fulfillment. Do not look back at the burdens you have laid down, just keep walking forward. Even if you walk very slowly, as long as the direction is right, you will eventually reach the shore that makes you feel completely relaxed. There you will thank the you today who was exhausted but finally decided to let yourself off the hook. Peaceful years are not waited for but naturally present after letting go. Your turning point has already genuinely begun. Close your eyes and feel this late but absolutely worthwhile tranquility.